Okay, what's good, family out there? Welcome back to the Kinetic PE MIXX Show, where we spin the beats and the raw stories for the depleted, for the dreamers and the warriors, remixing their own chaos into purpose. I'm your host, as always, Marcus Hart, aka DJ Potential, ex-soldier turned hip-hop preacher. Iraq broke me, the church ignored me, but Jesus grabbed my scattered soul and flipped it, with some 23. Now I'm here dropping 25-minute jams to ditch your shame and refill your spirit. No fluff, just grit and killer vibes. Today we got a West Coast legend in the house, Doc Sizzle, signed to Roc Nation Distribution, bringing that raw Cali energy to the game. This dude's journey is straight fire, hustle, heart, and hip-hop royalty. We're going to be diving into his roots, his sound, and how he's navigating the industry with the Roc Nation stamp. Plus, stick around. I'm going to be dropping some freestyle heat, which always goes to the email newsletter to keep your soul locked in. So let's get it. Doc Sizzle, welcome to the mix. How you doing,
Yeah,
fam?
I'm good, man. How you feeling today?
Oh yeah, man. I'm awesome, man. We was talking on the other side, and we was talking about how it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
So
right. West Coast Wednesdays.
yeah, exactly. This is right on time. Is
Hmm.
like you couldn't have pictured it even better. So, hey, so Doc, man, take us back a bit, man. You rapping the West Coast vibe, but every legend got a Genesis story. Paint us a picture, man. What was little Doc Sizzle like growing up? What sounds, what streets, what struggles first lit Joe fire to get into the hip hop ring?
I mean, just being a California artist, man, coming out of the city of Compton, where you had nothing but music around you, man. I mean, you had the dope DJs, you had the cats out there breakdancing, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like all mixed in with the hood, man. And, I remember times where cats would just be on the corner just getting it in on the competition with breakdancing and pop locking against each other. So really
Yeah.
just didn't have no choice, man. Coming up, seeing all that good talent and what was out there, man, it caught me by eye and made me curious, man. And I had to, get down and be a part of it.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like this is a different kind of vibe out there on the West Coast, man. And I got a chance to like venture over to the West a couple of times. I spun the block a couple of times in Cali. I love it over there.
Right.
I can't lie, man. I love chopping up with people, um, from all parts of California. From like Compton all the way up to Malibu and down to San Diego. So like,
Right.
I mess with people out there, man. It's like a second home out there. So when it comes to like just that vibe, man, was there anybody in particular that like you was really feeling at the time? Like for me, it was like DMX, like playing through my barracks in Iraq. That kept me saying, who was your DMX, man, your musical lifeline?
To keep it real, man, it was so many just with all the talent we have over here on the West
Yeah,
Coast. I mean, definitely my look at legends was, cats that was in the game before me, like Easy
yeah,
E, man. He put the whole Compton on the map with music.
yeah.
He was definitely one of my idols. Snoop Dogg, man. I love Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? I love
Mhm.
what he do. I always watched him do his thing, man, from the bottom to where he is now. So that was one of my idols I looked up to. Ice Cube, DJ Quick, Sugar Free, Second to None. I mean, it goes on and on. The list is just so big, man. You know what I'm saying? But those guys was like the root of it. They kind of like was around at that beginning stage, and I just really looked up to those guys, and I learned a lot from them. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
seeing the way they do things, the way they move out here, it definitely was a help for me myself.
Yeah, they definitely like put the blueprint out there, what I'm saying? And they laid the foundation. And now you got a lot of great people, man, that's heard and not heard. And y'all got some bars out there, man. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got some bars, y'all got a special kind of swag. Um that people it's really hard to copy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In a real
And when I
way.
listen to your music, like, you one of those ones, man. You is him.
Appreciate it, my guy.
Yeah. So like from the streets to the stage, man, Doc Sizzle, you was rising. So let's talk a little bit more about your West Coast DNA, man. Your sound, the bounce. So you ain't riding the waves, you make them, So what's the sauce, man? What's the secret sauce behind like how you cook up a Doc Sizzle track from start to finish?
I mean, to keep it real with you, man, it's just if it's in you, it's in you, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing this so long, man. Like my fifth grade teacher was one of the ones that really kind of pushed me to do music along with my mom's, because growing up in Compton, man, we had a lot of school bullies and, cats that was just out there doing a lot of reckless stuff. And
Mhm.
I just happened to be one of those youngsters at the time that was like a leader, man. They would say I was the class clown and kind of just follow, the stupidity I would do. And my teacher recognized that. One day she kept me in detention and she said, I notice all the kids do whatever it is you do and they mimic you and copy you. So, she was like, have you ever thought about being a rapper? And she wrote this rap. It was about bullies because that's what she was trying to, get rid of pretty much. And she wanted me to do the rap, man. And, we did the song at assembly. And from there, I just was deep into the music. I started going to a studio down in LA, straight in the
Okay.
hood, man. And I met a cool engineer. He started recording me. And then my mom saw I was serious about it. And she got my back, started putting me in the studio. And I was just making, cool, clean music because that's what she wanted. She's a godly
Yeah,
person
exactly.
and she wanted me to make that type of music. So I did it, you know what I mean? And in my teenager years, once I hit like 16, man, it was on. I mean, being out of the hood, being around
Mhm.
nothing but hood cats, I couldn't do nothing but express how I felt about music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With what was going on around us, I had to express it from my era of what I was seeing. And
Hmm.
from there, man, I just kept writing. I linked up with one of my boys, and we formed a group called the Crimies. That's a group I come
Okay.
out
Yeah.
of. Back in 1992, we put out our first single. It was called Shell Shock, and I co-produced it. I wrote my ends of what I rapped on the music, and the rest of
Mhm.
the crew was writers, and they wrote their end. My boy Ville DeLeon, and we just kept the creativity going from there, man, and just linking up with so many different people, just right in the middle of Compton, man. Because like in the area where I grew up at, you had like the Gap Band, members from the
Right.
Gap Band, Robert Wilson, rest in peace, and Wayman Starks,
Yeah.
and those cats was real musician and players. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
like what I done just as well as what I like what they done. And man, we was able to just kind of like connect it up and get in them garages and just get it in. You know what I'm saying, man? And it went from there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's definitely like, a clear picture of how you cook up like in the lab and bring it to the speakers, especially like being around the Gap band. Like you can't help but like, what I'm saying, like listen to it and say, man, I can put a little bit of that in there.
Right.
Yeah, so is there any like West Coast OGs or new cats, you still bumping to this day, while you craft your art, or you just like, you kind of like isolate a bit and just, focus on what you got to do.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I kind of really just try to stay in my own lane and just
Hmm.
make what I think the people really would want to hear, and then at the same time being an artist, music it always kind of it changes up, so you have to
Yeah,
kind of keep up with the flow. I'm not one of them type of artists that just be like, this what I like, so this what I'm gonna make. I try to see what's going on with times, what the people like, what the people feeling, what they into, and then be myself, but then still try to cater to what's going on and wrap them two
yeah.
together and try to make the best of what I can.
That's something. That's man. That's real. That's something every artist should take from that. In order to like help them like find a definition in this game. There's beats, man, that like really pull me out of the darkness, and so I can be able to like be the observationist rather than like be covered in it, and so there's different types of like styles or like different type of music for every mood that I go to. Um, for you, like, is there like, when we listen to your album, is there a particular, you know, track or like a style of like music you like putting out there the most, like for the mood?
Not really, man. I like I said, I try to make music accordingly to what I think people like. I even try to
Yeah.
think about just different nationalities. This might be some my black folks like, this might be some over here my Latinos like, this might be some over here my
Hmm.
Asians like, or some a white person like, or whoever. I just try to think about what type of music do people like, what do they enjoy, what makes them
Yeah.
happy. I try to keep music in that direction. Then I also try to show, the serious side, just coming out of the hood, get people stories and, just tell them real stuff that's going on. I don't never try to make music and be something that I'm not, or something that I don't
Hmm.
talk about things I don't have or can't touch, or, it's just not in my world. I try to keep
Yeah.
it solid and just be me and what's on my mind, how I'm thinking. And then I also try to be always open mind to think about what the people like, because that's what it's all about. I'm making music because I love it, and it's a craft and it's something that I love to do. And, to see the reaction of what, you know, becomes out of it and how people enjoy it. But at the same time, I try to make sure I'm pleasing my fans too, because that's what it's all about, man.
Indeed, indeed. That would like really like explain, man. Just like your body of work. That puts it in like a clear context of what your motivation and what your intention is behind it. So like you went from the booth to the boardroom. You got the keys now, man. You was able to unlock Roc Nation. With the distribution. That's big leagues, fam. Jay-Z's empire over there. How that deal come together, and what was it like moving through the game with that kind of muscle behind you?
I mean, for me, it was definitely a blessing, man. I mean, it's one
Yes.
of them things where I feel like just hard work pays off, man. And
Yes.
I've been dealing with a lot of different distribution companies and record labels, just throughout the years. And when you really pushing and doing what you do, man, people are paying attention to you
Yep.
out there. And it just happened to be one of them situations where I was being paid attention to. I went over to Roc Nation, submitted some stuff over there, and they basically got back to me and told me I was one of the artists that they feel would fit in a catalog, and opened up the
Mhm.
doors to a great opportunity, because over there at Roc Nation, there's some things that they do for you that a lot of
Mhm.
distribution companies just don't do for you. They kind of just throw you out there. I feel like over here at Roc
Yeah.
Nation, it's just a little bit more that's offered to you that can be beneficial for you. My
Yes.
thing was I wanted to do something different, and being that it was a good opportunity, and knowing that Jay-Z is the man behind Roc Nation, I wanted to. And besides that, Jay-Z, he's one of my favorite rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? If
Hmm.
not my number one pick. You know what I'm saying? I
Uh,
always looked at him coming up too as an artist. Even though he's over there on the east, I'm on the west. I just
mhm.
always liked his music. I always felt him. I always wrote for him. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of do something different, and I came up with the ideal of just doing the song, acknowledging him. And that's how I
Yeah.
came up with the song Solid. I said, well, let my first single be something that's different from probably what everybody else is doing over there. And it was a cool
Hmm.
run, man, but we ran into a little bit of difficulties putting the record out.
No.
When I put the record out, it was crazy because I put the song out on his birthday, which was December the 4th of
Hmm.
2024 last year. Right when I put the record out, here come the rape allegations on him. So it was kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
The
Crazy.
middle of a Billboard actually doing a write
Yeah.
up, and they paused the write up on me. First they heard the record, they was hyped. They like, oh, hey, this is a real good look, man. Let's do it. So they did a write up. Then they like the allegations of him being accused for the little situation came about, and they paused the article and just kind of told me to be patient. Let's see how it play out. They was really dealing with, I guess, his team over there trying to figure some things out
Mm-hmm.
with that situation. So it did kind of hurt the record a little bit because of the negativity, but at the end of the
Yeah.
day, I knew it would all pull off a Hove, and it did. It worked out in the best for him.
Yeah.
Everything came to be all unreal and false. So that's where we kind of stand with things. But the record, it did hurt it a little bit, the first one. So I just dropped another new single yesterday featuring Chef Boys
Okay.
called Hallelujah. And we just taking it from there, man. I'm working on the EP, I'm working on the
Mm-hmm.
album. And I'm hoping to do some very big things with Roc Nation. I'm feeling it. I love the energy over there. I love the staff over there. I love the people over there. So far I've been nothing but greatness.
Feel it. I feel it. And that's crazy, man. Like you've been on the hustle all this time, and then you finally meet your destiny, and then like some shit like that go down. Like that's people don't realize like the things they put out there. It trickles down. It has a trickle down effect on other people's lives too, and that's why people really gotta be careful. People gotta really be careful with like how they mess it with God's work. Most of all, this that was your moment, and but things happen for a reason, and you able to like smash through that tough wall. You here right now, talking with me. So, that shows you that the industry ain't all champagne and gold chains. This is a lot more than that. So real talk, family. That's the kind of grit that keeps us pushing. Aspiring artists listening to you, Doc. You dropped the gem for people out there, and I think they should take notes. What's the dopest win you had in this game so far? And that moment you knew that like you truly, are on the right path.
You know what, man? To be honest, I always just feel like I'm on the right path. I try to keep a positive vibe. I believe in, what you put into the universe is what you get back. So I just always
Yeah.
try to stay positive. I have had my breaking moments too. Don't get me wrong. It's been times where I feel like, man, maybe things not going my way, and maybe I should give it up or stop. I was almost at a breaking point before in this music business, and it was crazy because at that time the legend Barry White came into my world.
Oh yeah.
He was always my in-law, one of my people
What?
married his people. Yeah, so we
What? Hey,
in-law.
that's amazing.
We finally got a chance to really link up and just sit down and, me show him my creativity, and I already, of course, knew what he was all about.
Yeah.
He took heed to me, man. He liked my music. He liked what I was doing. He just gave me so much positive energy and just really inspired me, man, and just gave me that push, told me don't stop, keep going, showed
Yeah.
me how much music he made before he really got that opportunity he wanted. I mean, the stories and the things he told me was just very great. And I mean, just coming from a legend like Barry White to say, hey, keep going, keep pushing, man. You're gonna be rich one day. Those was his words, man. And I feel like that was a big honor within itself, man. That lifted me up a lot to just I feel
Yeah.
like I could never let hip hop go just off of his words. When I have my down moments sometime, I can hear Barry in the back of my mind saying, man, don't give up. You gotta keep going, Doc. And that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? And I love it. And that was just a blessing within itself. So that was definitely an honoring, winning moment right there, my guy.
Yeah, that's another one of our legends that we lost too soon. And like Barry, man, he saw the world in a different way. So if he saw that in you, that's certified, that's stamped, man. And that's real talk, man. I can't imagine nothing else like that can top that. Like when you have that level of access to someone who's done it, and then they can pass that fire into you and help you, ignite, what you got to do, and so you can stay on that path. So, like, Doc, man, before we wrap up, is there any advice you want to give to the hustlers out there trying to build their own empire like you?
I mean, the best thing I could tell them, man, is just keep grinding, man. Do it. Do what you have to do, man. Don't wait on the next man to do nothing for you out here. Just handle your business, man. And you know, when it's your time, man, it's gonna be your time. You're gonna always get that recognition. You know what I mean? Trust me, man. And keep all the faith and belief in the man upstairs, man, because that's who's gonna take you where you want to go. That's who's gonna make things happen. That's who's gonna give it to you. That's who can take it from you. So, you know, I always encourage everybody, man, you know, keep your faith, believe in the man upstairs, do what you have to do for yourself as a hustler, man. Go out there and get it by all means necessary, man, because sometimes people will tell you stuff and their energy may be, you know, said or looking like they ready to do it, but then it may not be that way. It might be that way today and then not be that way tomorrow. But if you know your destiny and where you trying to go, man, can't nobody stop you but you.
You're right. You're the only one in your way, and there ain't no excuse after that.
Yeah,
No
for sure.
excuse. So, hey, man, that's gold, man. That's definitely a diamond record you just put out with those bars. So, man, appreciate that, man. And I'm gonna take that to heat myself. So, like, you know, I need that extra encouragement and that West Coast heat that you bring it, bro. Tell us where you prefer people to stream the music at, and where to follow you on IG.
They can stream my music on all platforms, you know,
Okay.
Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, you know, wherever you go check out everybody else. That's where you can find your boy Doc Sizzle. And, you know, as far as the IG, it's Doc Sizzle 400. You know what I mean? You can hit me up on IG. Anybody, you know, want to do some features, collab, anything, business inquiries, you know, hit me up. I also have my own distribution company. It's called Ustream Distribution, Ustream Distro. You can go check that out.com. I want to, you know, help a lot of up and coming artists just in different ways. I want to give them a platform that's different from a lot of platforms that's out there. Because like I said, with a lot of these distribution companies, artists put their music there and they just get lost in the sauce. There's nobody there to say, hey, you know, go this direction or let me help you in that direction. And I know that just from, you know, experience being an artist dealing with these companies. So that's why I did create this company, and I want this to be something different, something that's very beneficial and helpful for artists and, you know, just help get them out there in a different type of way.
That's real talk, man. That's fabulous, man. I'm definitely going to be passing that information along. We're gonna have these links. We're gonna have these links, the IG and the music links below for people who can go stream their your music. You know, so definitely, man. Big love to you, man, for stopping by, bringing that West Coast heat in real time.
Thank you to you too, man, for having your boy, man. It's all appreciated, man. Much love.
Yeah, indeed. So I got to shout out my tribe out there. You know, y'all, keep this show spinning. So like, if you're feeling the music and the stories like Doc Sizzle's Fire today, join me over at Patreon. That's where the real fan vibes. You know, for just a few bucks, you can get exclusive heat. Send your music over or mix for a collab shout out. Snag a PR feature on Transform You radio site and local media. Vote early on Dope initiatives, or jump into my monthly music marketing lessons with DJ Potential. Doc Sizzle will be over there. We're gonna have this snippets from this interview over there. You know, the most golden part of that. Plus, you know, you're gonna be unlocking the weekly Hidden Gems live stream access to curated music, insider tips. So let me close this out because I got this stuff rolling up, and it's too much to say. But anyways, if this hit your spirit, smash that like button, drop a comment, tell me your favorite Doc Sizzle track after you listen to the music, or how you're hustling in your own dreams. Subscribe now. We're chasing 10K views a month, and I need my tribe locked in. So share this with your crew. Hit up the Patreon for that exclusive fire and grab some Transform You coffee while you edit. Till next time, keep this spinning, keep it rising, and let Jesus remix your soul. Peace and blessings. We out, fam.
Transform You Radio. You are now tuned in to Transform You Radio. You hear me? Check. I I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Small changes make impact. I ran for it, I stand for it, I'm not sitting back. You can leave the rat race or you can leave the trap. Come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we pack. And we'll be right back. Yeah, come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. Yeah, I stand for what you stand for. Hey, I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid.